Hi guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, you're going to learn the difference between borrow and lend. These two verbs are often confused, and we're going to look at lots of examples to help you clearly see the difference. There'll also be a short quiz at the end to test your knowledge. If you do find this video helpful, please hit like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss anything. Let's get started.
Borrow. To take something from someone for a short time with the intention of returning it or giving it back. To give something back means to return it. Lend. To give something to someone for a short time with the intention of getting it back. So you can see here the definitions are actually very similar, but if you borrow something, you take something from someone, and if you lend something, you give something to someone. Let's clarify this with an illustration. So look at the scenario here. This person is borrowing the book, and this person is lending the book. So we borrow from someone and we lend to someone. Now, let's look at an example. Imagine the situation. This young man, let's call him Dave, wants to borrow his dad's car. Now, Dave sometimes borrows his dad's car. So you borrow something that belongs to someone else. It is not Dave's car, it is his dad's car. Dave's dad sometimes lends him his car. So you lend someone something that belongs to you. Now, this ownership is important because you can't borrow something that belongs to you, and you can't lend something that belongs to somebody else. There's also a grammatical difference. Notice that you borrow something, but you lend someone something. In this case, him. Dave's dad sometimes lends him his car. So with the verb lend, as well as the object, his car, you also need the indirect object. You need to say who you are lending the object to. Now let's see an example in the past simple tense. He borrowed her pen yesterday. We can see that borrow is a regular verb. So in the past, we add ed, borrowed. Now, the pen, the object, does not belong to him. Remember, you can only borrow something that belongs to somebody else. She lent him her pen yesterday. Lend is irregular, and in the past tense, we say lent. So the pen, the object, belongs to her. You lend something that is yours. And with lend, we must say who we lend the object to. In this case, him. She lent her pen to him yesterday. Again, we include the indirect object. Who did she lend the pen to? She lent it to him. Now, let's take a closer look at our original example, our little illustration, and imagine that you are this guy on the left and you want to borrow this book. What can you say? Can I borrow your book? Yes, perfect. The book does not belong to you. You just want to borrow it from your friend for a short time. Can I lend your book? No, you can only lend something that belongs to you. So you cannot lend somebody else's book. Can you lend me your book? Yes, the book belongs to you, so you can lend it. Can you borrow me your book? No, you cannot borrow something that belongs to you. Now, it is quiz time. Let's keep our little illustration here so you can refer to it. Read the phrase, pause the video, decide whether to use borrow or lend. Now remember, these are verbs, so you might have to change the verb form or the tense. Play the video to check your answer. Melanie, a book from the library yesterday. Borrowed. Here we need the past tense because we're talking about yesterday. And if you think about who owns the book, it doesn't belong to Melanie, so Melanie can't lend the book. Melanie borrows the book. Can you me some money for lunch? I left my wallet at home. Lend. So here the money belongs to you, so you lend it. And we have our indirect object, me. You lend it to me. My brother, me his bike, while mine was being repaired. Lent. So here we need the past tense because we're talking about the bike being repaired in the past. And the bike belonged to my brother, so he lent it to me. She often her sister's clothes. Borrows. She borrows the clothes from her sister. They are not her clothes, so she cannot lend them. Ben doesn't like people money. Lending. We're talking about Ben's money, and he doesn't like lending his money to people. Fiona, her mum's earrings for the party. Borrowed. So again, we're in the past here, and the earrings don't belong to Fiona. So Fiona can't lend the earrings. She has to borrow them because they belong to her mum. Do you have a pen that I can... I'll give it back later. Borrow. The pen belongs to you, and I want to borrow your pen. My roommate is very kind. She always me her computer. Lends. The computer belongs to her, so she lends it to me.
For more English tutorials, take a look at my channel. I've got lots of videos on vocabulary, grammar, and also exam preparation. And if you do like the content, then please like and subscribe to see more. See you in the next video.